Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm Steve Lawrence, City Engineer. Wanted to talk to you a bit about this item, which we're looking to accept 27 easements for. So this project came about. It is for all the sidewalks. We've done numerous studies with the American Disabilities Act, identified corridors and areas where we have a lot of issues with our sidewalks. This corridor along 2nd Street from the western city limits to I-35 is one of the worst. So we applied for ACOG ODOT grant, and were awarded that grant. We've got the design 90% complete, and for the last 6 months, we've been going around with all the businesses and property owners along 2nd Street asking them for donations. So in the city of Edmond, the property owners that are adjacent to the sidewalks are actually responsible for taking care of those sidewalks. So what we've been essentially doing is going around and trying to talk to the residents and the business owners and saying, let's help us help you. So we're down to the last 30 easements. So we're pretty hopeful we'll have all those acquired in the next 6 months. It's a lot to deal with. A lot of these are kind of tiny easements, but we still have to go out. It's part of the notices we have to give as part of a federally funded project. So the remainder of the easements are rather small. We're going to go through and reevaluate them, see if we can kind of shorten the process, make sure all of them are needed. So basically what we're doing with the project, though, is we're replacing what's out there. We've got some trip hazards. We've got ramps that don't meet the ADA requirements. We've got driveway cross slopes that don't meet the requirements, as well as just some bad pavement. So we're going back with, it's a tight corridor, so we're going back kind of the existing width that's out there. So along UCO, it'll be 10 feet wide. Along most of the other areas, it'll be our minimums at the very least. So 6 feet on the back of curb, 5 feet other places. Or if the sidewalk's up against the fence, we put in 7 feet. So that should, when we complete it, it should have that whole corridor brought up to standard. So we want to make sure and go through and get as many of the property owners to participate so we can maximize the use of these federal dollars. Well, that's just the extents. That's just an example of, we've got them all mapped on which ones we've acquired, which ones we haven't. So 27 acquired to date, 30 to go. We're hopeful to get there soon.
And this is all in compliance with our ADA master plan that we have, that we are in coordination with the federal government, correct?
Absolutely. That's the document that keyed us into this area.
Mm-hmm. Just for the audience and the citizens to know that several years ago, the city was put on notice that there were several ADA type non-compliances throughout the city, and we had to develop a master plan, which we did, and this is part of us our continual implementation of that master plan. As when we go into an area, if it's not ADA compliant, we make it ADA compliant at that time, instead of going back and forth in it. Very good, thank you. Thanks. Council, any questions on 8D?
Just appreciate the staff's efforts on that. I know as we talk to citizens, one of the number one things that they want focused on is improvement in transportation, particularly sidewalks. As I look and see those signs at various points where we have up that say the sidewalks in, I refer to those as Shel Silverstein monuments myself. So I really appreciate the plan of ensuring that people have mobility, that we can walk, that our seniors have, our elders in our community have sidewalks that they can utilize that are safe and free from hazard, and that we have a plan to do that. Appreciate being able to have that update and support it.